This video will resonate with you well if you are some working professional or you try to learn English but you didn't get what you wanted. You had planned, you had mapped something in your mind that within certain time I will learn English, or because you are grappling with weak English communication skill, you wanted it, you were desperate to learn it, but after a few months you left, you didn't get what you had expected. It will resonate with you well. Remember, if you are just have an example about a bamboo, that is a Chinese species bamboo. You plant it, water it, years and years you are watering. What will happen if you don't see any growth, no visibility above the ground? You will start getting frustration. Why? Because you wanted that bamboo to come out, you are watering, and it's been years, but still there is no result, no visibility. But after 5 years, once it grows, it shoot up 80 feet. Why? Because the time you were watering, at the time it was not visible because it was growing. The root was getting stronger beneath the ground. It was not visible above, but beneath the ground it was getting stronger. But after a certain timeline, because it had that characteristic, so after 5 years, suddenly it comes out and shoot up within 4 or 5 weeks 80 feet. That is the characteristic about that bamboo species. But what about English communication skill? It goes in the same way. When you start learning, you have mapped in your mind that wow, within a few months I will learn English, I will crack some interview, or I will join some another company because I have already a skill set that majority of company demands, but they need great English communication skill. That is what I'm lacking behind. I'm falling behind. And you had already mapped in your mind. Remember, everything doesn't go what we want. Everything has its own characteristic. Everything takes its time naturally, like why the bamboo tree. When we start learning English, there were a lot of gap that what you had knowledge about English and now what you started learning. There is gulf between both. But once you start learning, there are many things that you come across. You learn vocabulary, idiom, phrases, confidence, pronunciation. Many things comes across, or that somewhere makes you frustrated because you had mapped it. You had thought that within a certain timeline you will learn it, but what you had thought it didn't meet. It didn't fit with your mindset, and that is what you surrendered. You thought, no, I can't learn it. It is not for me. It's so cumbersome, and that is what you didn't learn it. Taking leap of faith is great idea, but showing, demonstrating your perseverance matter. But if you are not showing patience, you are not able to demonstrate your perseverance, it means somewhere you are lacking. You are not meeting what does it want. How long does it take to learn English? You are not going to give time. So if you are not ready to give time, it means that you are not eligible to gain that. That occurs with many people. Remember, I came across many such working professionals. They have great experience. But when it comes to English communication skill, that is their main drawback. And they were obsessing that they cannot learn English, especially above 35 or 40-year people. But what happened? Fortunately, we got connected and I suggested them, I advised them that why did it happen? Why didn't you learn? And then they started learning, and then they got to know that the hope they had lost, it was just futile. They had not in the rational mode. They didn't think that they can learn. They were just thinking they will learn within a certain timeline. But they couldn't learn it because it was their mindset. But it doesn't go, everything doesn't go what we think. And now they learn, they change job because somewhere your growth is already there in English, right? Like a bamboo, the root is getting a stronger, enhancing its potential. But after a certain timeline, when it goes up, wow, everybody can see that the visibility is there. Same goes in English. Stay calm. Practice patience when you are learning English. But again, from day one, you will get something that what you improve. It is not that you are not improving, you are improving, but it is not that much visible that you had expected. And that goes with many working professionals because somehow they spare time to learn it, but they didn't get what they wanted. And that is why that becomes one of the great result, one of the great reason that causes them frustration. So if somewhere you believe that you wanted that, but you are with some expectation that you didn't get, remember, if you want something that is well rewarding, it demands you have to compensate it, isn't it? So if something is well rewarding, you have to give time, you have to give what it demands. Learn it. Never ever think that what you think it will work. It will work. It will work beyond that what you expected. But again, at least you should give time. You should wait. You should practice patience so that you will get to know that yes, this is what I wanted or I got it. Just you need to take a leap of faith, embark on the journey, or after a certain month, you will get to know that the result that you are gaining is ultimate beyond your expectation. But again, you need to give time so that you are gonna get reward that basically you wanted. Thank you and bye bye.